horror fans, once again, it's the Horror Miser Monty G here to do the recap of last night's excellent season finale of American Horror Story Apocalypse. Yes! Now, the episode begins, we see Myrtle and her nice red head going up into the, I guess you could say, I call them the douchebags, cokehead headquarters there, where she easily bypasses Miss Venable and goes to Mutt and Jeff and tells them, quite frankly, that they're going to place Coco Vanderbilt's family in Outpost 3 because they are building an outpost right now. They're fussing about where they're going to stay at because the hell with that, they're not staying in a place that's cold, they're going to stay in a place that's warm. But Myrtle easily freezes them up, tells them that they're going to place Coco's family in Outpost 3, and then, of course, she outright kills them. Roll the opening credits! Back at the shack, we now learn how the identity spell are placed on Coco and Mallory so that they can hide their identities. Madison makes quick work that the fact that we can't, that Langdon can smell witches from 50 miles away. So they place the identity spells on both Coco and Mallory. We learned that Cordelia gives Coco the identity of Madison. And Mallory's going to be her assistant, but she's going to be this very insecure woman so that her powers are hidden from Langdon before the end of the world takes place. Cordelia banks on the fact that by the time they get to the end of the world and Mallory is safe, she'll be powerful enough to do the time spell and go back in time and stop Langdon as a child before all this crap took place in the world. And it's a pretty good plan too. We see Madison drops off Coco and Mallory at the hairdresser, where we see Mallory meets, I think his name is Bob, I forget his name. We'll learn about him later on. And Mallory sees Dinah Stevens as her new TV show. Oh boy, she's pissed. She comes back to the shack and says, "We gotta kill that bitch." But Cordelia says, "In time. I need her for her life to be alive right now, but we'll get her revenge once the time is right." We'll definitely come back to that. So, the flashbacks are over. We're actually back at real time. Sort of. We go back to, believe, at the end of episode 3, I believe, when Mallory confronts Michael. And she gives her full power by pulling the flames as you see his real face. And then we get back to the scene. When that happens, we actually go back to the shack. And we see both Cordelia, Madison, and Myrtle are in their graves in the swamp that protected them. And they come out and they head over to the school. The Hawthorne School. That's where the Warlock's at. And now we are finally caught up. They awaken all the witches. They awaken Coco, Mallory, and Dinah. And so now we're finally caught up. Yes, all the witches are there. We have Cordelia, we have Madison, we have Myrtle, Coco, Mallory, and Dinah. But Michael says, "Ha! You think you can beat me? I'll kill you all before the wave of my hand. But before I do that, if any of you want to be by my side, you're more than welcome to come, and I'll reward you with riches beyond your comprehension." So, of course, Turncoat Dinah is the one that says, "I'm going to stick with the winner." And she immediately sides to Michael's side. But lo and behold, we've got a surprise guest star. Yes, Marie LaRoe is back. Angela Bassett is back. Oh boy, we didn't expect this one. Marie LaRoe, it turns out that Cordelia decided to make a bargain with Papa Logbug. She said that, "Hey, look, I'll trade you one voodoo queen for another voodoo queen." And Papa Legbo said, "Sure, I'll do that deal." So she brings Marie LaRoe back from the dead, from her personal hell. And we also get a, I forget the character's name from Coven, that, as I was saying, we get a small cameo of Kathy Bates reprising her role as Delphine, I think Lala Rue. That she was in Coven. We get her presence back as well. She returns back and gets her revenge on Daphne Stevens by slicing her throat and sending her back to hell with Papa Legbo. What a fitting revenge. Now all the witches are gathered up against Michael. Can they stop him? Well, it looks like the robot Miss Mead is about to put out her machine gun when Cordelia summons a spell and she's busted up open with her head on a swivel. And Michael, he's pissed. But Madison takes the machine guns and blows him up to smithereens with the shotgun. But they know that Michael is not going to be dead for long. They think that they will buy enough time to get Mallory ready to perform the time spell so she can go back in time, and everything seems to be going great. Until she's stabbed by that bastard Brock. Oh no! Did we forget about him? He was still alive in episode 3, but he was all forgotten about. Fortunately, by the time he gets out and stabs Mallory, who he thought was Coco, Myrtle burns him alive. But unfortunately, the damage has been done. She's mortally wounded, but can they at least get the spell in time? So before Michael recovers, unfortunately, that's not the case. Michael recovers. Madison knows, oh, fuck, looks like it's back to retail hell for me, which of course is true, because Michael easily snaps his fingers and explodes her head off Scanner style. Still trying to buy some time, Marie and Coco decide to try their best to slow down Michael. She tries to put up a protective spell that Michael can't get through, but unfortunately he's the Antichrist. The first time he can't get through, but the second time he easily grabs Marie's heart. Coco tries to stab him, but he simply turns around, gesture, and snaps Coco's neck. Now there's nothing can stop Michael's in his path against the witches. It appears as though we're fucked, my dear, says Myrtle, but not Coco, Cordelia has one last stand that she will take against Michael. Michael has a knife as the two adversaries standing towards each other. This is the battle we've been looking for. Cordelia easily takes the knife away from Michael, telling him he will not get the satisfaction of seeing her die, and she stabs herself in the chest. She falls down dead, which allows her supreme powers to go into Coco. At the last instant, Coco has the power enough to emit the time spell and heads back in time, 2015 to be precise. And what's this? Jessica Lange's back again in the season finale. But we've seen this scene before. It's the scene where Michael killed the priest who was obviously trying to exercise whatever demon that he believed that he had. And we have this nice scene where Constance Langen is really just tears into Michael and says that even though she may look like the baby, but she's certainly not his, and she simply tells him to get out. Get out. That's it. I can't stand it. And says, I may have had my mistakes, and I'm not perfect, but there's simply no way in the world that I'm not going to be responsible for your actions. Now, Michael tries to up and kill her, but she tells him, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Michael relents, and she tells him, you're a coward. You don't have the guts to even kill me. Now, get out. Michael walks out the door, walks across the street. BAM! He's hit by Mallory in a big SUV. And Mallory doesn't stop there. She stops the truck, backs up, boom! Rolls over again, Clara Harris style. Comes back up, runs over again, bam! Runs back over again, bam! One last time for good measure, bam! And then she goes off the way. Michael, he's totally fucked up too. I mean, the dude is clinging on to life. Candace goes over and looks at him. He begs one last time to save him. Take him to the house so that his spirit can go on, because we know that's what it is. If you die in the murder house, your spirit will live on forever. Candace looks at him one last time and give a very poetic, go to hell. And there is the end. Or is it? As As we get the epilogue, Mallory now narrates, saying that energy cannot be destroyed and can only be redirected. She returns to the Robichaud school where things, or mostly everything, is back to normal. There has been some minor changes. Because Michael never got to where he was, there was no reason to resurrect Myrtle. So we just see her hanging up and a picture of her hanging up in the school. Also, because of Valerie's knowledge, she prevents Queenie from going to the Hotel Cortez and a hotel. So we don't get to see that happening. Also, because she's become a very powerful force in the underworld, Papa Legba does her a solid. She has Nan return Misty back to the school, and we have a reunion of Cordelia and Misty Day back again, minus Stevie Nicks, by the way. She does not make an appearance in the season finale, but everyone is alive and well, and everything is fine back to Danny. The world is safe. Or is it? We get another time jump. I think it's 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Remember Timothy and Emily, that cute young couple that we saw, and I think the first 3 episodes before they were killed by the poison apple? Well, they actually still meet. And remember, they have special genes. They still meet, they fall in love, and they have a child. A problem child. Seems like there's a problem with this kid. He just can't seem to behave. He always throws temper tantrums. People don't know what to do with him. And by the time the two come home and from being out at night, he has killed the babysitter. Oh no, and this kid's name is Devin, not Michael. And the story ends when they get a knock on the door, and once again, it's the guy trying to be the, I think his name is devil worshippers, including Miss Mead. And they say, we've been waiting for this day to happen. Oh no, we're going to go through the cycle again. And that's how the show ends. Now, overall, I really did enjoy the season. It was nice seeing the characters from 2 of my favorite seasons from American Horror Story, Murder House, and Coven. Once again, it was nice seeing Jessica Lange appear as Constance Langdon, one of the very first characters she played in the show. So it was nice seeing her in 2 episodes, not just 1, in 2 episodes of the show. I know a lot of people were complaining about the flashback, and I understand the purpose of the flashback. It did drag on a bit too long, but I understand the purpose was that because they wanted to tell the story this way. I guess Ryan Murphy felt as though it was a better way to tell the story in this non-linear way. Get us to the apocalypse, see what happens, have the witches come, and then revert back to see how we got there. Now, I don't mind that type of storytelling as long as it's good and it's great, but it did drag a bit. It took up almost over half the season. So I think if they would have condensed it a little bit better, it would have been, probably would have made an easier transition. But it was still, I still enjoyed it. So, my horror fans, what do you think about the season finale and this season of American Horror Story Apocalypse in general? Did you enjoy it? Did you think that the flashback was too much? Did you think it served its purpose? Leave your comments down in your comment section below and tell me what you thought about the entire season of American Horror Story Apocalypse. Oh, that's my video for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, please give this a thumbs up and share because it does help the channel a lot. And once again, this is your first time here. Please hit that subscribe button. Ring that notification bell. That way you can come and enjoy the horror experience with me, the Horror Miser Monty G. And as always, all my social media links will be down in excuse me. All my social media links will be down in the description box below as well. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G. And always remember, horror rules. I'll see you guys later. I'm out. Peace. 1, 2, let's come.